Shalom. It's the brother Kalaya coming at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, I like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to hopefully elect. Shalom. Alright, and this lesson was prompted by a co-worker of mine, a young Zebulonite guy, like 20 years old, and he kind of under my wing right now as far as, teaching them the ropes of things, how things go at work. But nevertheless, a series of events during the conversation led to him asking me a question. Do I think that I would go to heaven or hell? And obviously I said heaven. And he said, why? Why do you think that you're going to heaven? And he before I could answer, he said, because it takes more than just being a good person, right? And which, that's true. That's a true statement he said. And I wanted to dive into it with him. But obviously, when we're in these different workplaces, Jake not supposed to be bringing out no fucking precepts and holding class at work and things of that nature, right? I had a whole lot I just wanted to unload on him. Not in a a malicious kind of way or anything of that nature, but in edifying. But I held my tongue, right? So the way I answered it, I said, well, what does it take, to get into the, get into heaven? What does it take? And he couldn't answer my question because I kept repeating myself. I said, well, if just being a good person doesn't get you into heaven, well, what does it take? And he couldn't answer that. So Lord willing, through these various precepts I have, we'll get to the bottom of what it takes to get into the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. So first off, before we get into what it takes to get into the kingdom of heaven, all right, understand that spiritual rewards require spiritual sacrifices. You see? Everything requires a sacrifice, whether it's money, whether it's family members, things of that nature. All right, it requires a sacrifice. You have to give up something. All right, in that case, to enter into the kingdom of heaven on this side, right, we must give up our old lives, our old selves. Okay, the lives that we used to live. All right, so I want to first tackle the whole hell thing, man. And I do have a lesson prepared for a particular brother that I'm gonna get into it with him on Saturday. So I won't go too deep. I'll just get one precept. I'll get one. I had two, but I'm gonna get one. Nevertheless, let's get straight into it, man. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 20, and it reads, all go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of beast that goeth into the earth, downward into the earth? You see? So it didn't specify wicked or righteous, okay, things of that nature. No, it specified men, and then it went down to beasts. All right, beasts are the animals, the fish, all right, the reptiles, things of that nature. Animals, man. Okay, and then you have man. All right, the three classes of men: the sons of man, all right, the sons of Yahweh, and then you have the sons of perdition. Okay, the wicked. All right, so that to make things simpler, you have the Israelites, the other nations, and then you have Edom, Esau, Edom, man. Okay, that's man, right? It says all go into one place. So all the souls of the wicked, the righteous, and the in between, they go up, man. They go back into the person who put them in their bodies. All right, you have to understand that nobody is in control of their own actions. All right, none of us. The Lord has preordained each man to fulfill a specific lot. All right, If you can receive that. In 1 second, could the smoke. I got 2 incense going. Them boys, they going. They going. But you know, if you can receive that, man. All right. And I wanted to save it, but I'm not gonna save it. I'll just bring it back out again when it's time. This is the book of Job, chapter 3, and verse 13. And I'm gonna go down to 13. It reads, "For now I should have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept. Then had I been at rest," which sleep is synonymous with death in the scriptures sometimes. All right. It says, "With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master." You see, further expounded on the point that all souls go upward, man. All right? They go unto the Lord. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, contrary to what you've been taught as a child, contrary to, you know, what Big Mama taught you, man. You know? Hell is a fear tactic that was introduced by the Roman Catholic Church, man. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna get into that. But nevertheless, let's move on to, all right, how can we get to the kingdom of heaven? That's the, you know, that's what we need to be focusing on, man. But I wanted to bring that out so Jake can understand. It's that whole, you think you're going to heaven, you think you're going to hell thing. Hey, that's out of bounds, man. All right, so this is the book of Matthew. What it is, 19. Where we at? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and verse 16, and it reads, "And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?" So that's the same thing that the little guy was asking me, like, you know, well, I was asking him in regards to the question that he posed. All right, remember he asked me, why do I think that I'm going to heaven? Okay, and he said, just being a good person doesn't mean you're going to heaven. It's more than that. All right. And it reads, verse 17, and it's finna be red letters. It says, "And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments." You see? Keeping the commandments is the way to enter into the kingdom of heaven on this side. All right? Because after this, all right, after the salvation, all right, after World War III, after Esau Edom's kingdom has been destroyed, the only way to enter into the kingdom of heaven is through, all right, the loins of a righteous man and being birthed through a traditional birthing ceremony, man. You see? That's the only way. If you don't get it right on this side, that's the only way you're going to get into the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? Ultimately, you must be transformed. Okay? That's it. Either you're going to go through the flames of affliction, which will transform your spirit, okay, into being one, which I have a precept on going into that. But nevertheless, or you're going to get killed by them nuclear missiles, man. All right, you're going to go through the fire, through that fire, actual fire, and you're going to die, and your spirit going to go up to the Lord, and the Lord going to put you back into a baby's body. All right, you're going to be wearing Hebrew huggies, as brothers like to say, man. We're going to have to teach you the Hebrew alphabet, all right, all over again. Ba, Ga, Da. We're going to have to teach you all over again. You're going to be a beautiful little Hebrew baby. You see? That's the only way to enter in the kingdom of heaven if you don't get it right on this side. And it reads, verse 18, he said unto him, which Yahushua said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Which Yahushua, he repeated to him the same thing that I repeated to the young man. Just do the commandments to the best of your abilities. That's the only way. Because I can't see it no other way. All right? He was right. The young man was right. You have to do more than being just a good person. All right? It says, the young man said unto him, all these things I have kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? That's a question mark. And Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell all that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Right? So Yahushua, he already knew what it was that was holding that guy back from getting into the kingdom of heaven. Which I wouldn't even say getting into the kingdom of heaven, but holding him back from, following after Yahushua, man. Being a disciple. You see? He knew what it was. It was his money, his great riches. All right? And he wasn't, because it's more than just money. He was spiritually attached to the things that the money could buy. Right? To the lifestyle that the money could bring. You see? Because sometimes it's not just about, I'm going to say all the time. Because for any person, it could be anything. You see? It's not always about money. It's not always about women. It's not always about, accolades and things of that nature. It's about what it is for you. What is the thing that's holding you back? You see? Each one of us, each and every one of us, have something spiritually holding us back that we must learn and endure, all right, through the test of time, and eventually we need to let that thing go, man. And it's gonna be a hell of a ride. All right, just because you jump over a few hurdles here and there, a few tests, you pass a few tests, sometimes you fail a few tests. You see, it's all about having that endurance to fully knock it off, fully get it off you. All right, and that's the only way that's gonna happen is through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. You know, and I'm gonna reiterate it again. It says, this the title I have: spiritual rewards require spiritual sacrifices. Okay, because that's a spiritual reward to enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, in order to do that, like I said, I had so much I wanted to say to the young man, because he think, heaven, the kingdom of heaven is just as they proclaim it to be in the Roman Catholic Church, right? Just clouds and blue skies and babies with their butts out with harps and bows and arrows and shit, man, right? But it's way more than that, man. It's way more than that. It's so far beyond that, okay? Scriptures tell you about cities paved in gold, man, all right? Houses built with gemstones and things of that nature, right? Complete peace, okay? In heaven, the kingdom of heaven gonna be on earth too. Let's let that be known, all right? Because Jake be thinking you just gonna be floating in the fucking air, just floating, just a big city floating. It's not true, man. The kingdom of heaven gonna be here on earth, man. Jake's simple-minded, and it's not your fault, man. You've been indoctrinated, all right, through the poison of Esau Edom. You see? Because think about it. Think how many Jakes would be out on the corners You know, if it weren't for the Lord putting a block on their minds, all right, to get this knowledge, think about how many camps they would have on each corner, how many, you know, guys would turn away from doing the wickedness that they're doing, all right, if they knew that hell don't exist and the Lord had great things, you know, coming towards us. We would be unstoppable, all right? But the Lord have it how you have it, man. Some will get it and most won't. All right. What else did I have? Oh, jump down to verse 27. Okay, and it reads, Then answered Peter and said unto him, back in St. Matthew chapter 19 and 27, it says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that which ye have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses and brethren and sisters and father or mother or wife or children or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You see, so Yahushua, he cut no corners, man. All right. When you because that's all Jake really care about is their family, all right, or their possessions, okay, whether it's land, money, you know, different what you call it. Damn, it was on the tip of my tongue. To hell with it. All right, but you know, different accolades. All right, Jake be prideful in a name, in a so-called name he think he built, right? If you can forsake all of that on this side, Yahushua say he'll bless you with 100-fold of that, right? Think about which it ain't really no money, but who, you know, any rap star, your favorite rap star or actress, singer, whatever. Think about, you know, their net worth, and think about them giving it all away. All right, genuinely, not in a sense of, you know, out of reward or anything like that, but genuinely. Okay, imagine getting that, but 100-fold, man. And 100-fold, you don't know what the Lord even mean by that. All right, 100-fold just a number, man. The Lord, he got some shit stored up, man, that Jake couldn't even fathom on this side. Our brains can't even fathom, you know, the things that the Lord have set for us. You got to remember, he know each and every one of us, man. So your greatest desire, right? The Lord will have that for you. Okay? But nevertheless, let's make a little bit of traction. I got 3 more precepts. We're doing good. We doing good. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and 1, and it reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. You see? So that's another thing. Just believing, all right? Just reading your Bible ain't enough, man. Okay? Your works, you gotta have works. And what the works are, all right? These video epistles, all right, going week in and week out to the different camps, okay? Being brotherly, things of that nature, man. Actually giving up your time, your effort, and even your money, man. A brother might need some cash. All right? Shoot it. It's all for nothing anyway, if you can, right? Because we still have to live here, you know? But nevertheless, your body must be given as a living sacrifice, okay? I'm trying to see. I had a word, man. I think it was in Might have been in that John. It's a lot. No, it was in Mark 10. I knew I ain't writing one down. Let me grab this real quick. Oh, Salaki, let me go to verse 2 in that Romans 12 and 2. It reads, and be not conformed by this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. You see, so that's what it's all about. I told you, you got to be transformed, man. Your mind, your mind must be renewed. You must be reprogrammed. All right. You got to download that holy software. All right. Not what this world have. It tell you be not conformed to this world. All right. Because this world is based off of sin and wickedness. You see, and that's not gonna get it in the kingdom of heaven. There will in the kingdom of Israel, no one will enter the kingdom of Israel with that kind of mindset. All right, because if the elect be saved, they will have new bodies, which those new bodies will eliminate sin. All right, sin will not dwell in the new bodies. You see, that's what's so important about the new covenant. All right. And I'm gonna write that title down too, because I want to get off into that. Salagia, because I've been supposed to write up a lesson on that, man. All right, you got guys saying we in a new covenant already. No, we ain't. We still sin, man. All right, we still in these fleshly fucking bodies, aching and paining. But anyways, all right, being renewed, that's what it's all about. Jake not going into the kingdom of heaven being a nigga. Them Judite women, all right, the women of the nation of Israel will not go in up being harlots, all right, adulteresses or adulterers. Ain't none of that. Okay, let me get that mark. I think it was Mark 10. Was it Mark 10? Yeah. This is actually the same account that I read in Matthews, but they got a specific word that I want to grab right quick. This is Mark 10 and 21, and it reads, then Yahushua, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, one thing that thou lackest, go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come, take up the cross and follow me. Now I want to grab that word cross, because we have to bear our cross, man. All right. Now when you go into that word cross, is G 4716. I ain't even gonna attempt.
Strong's G 4716.
Staras. All right. And when you go down to the Strong's definition, it reads, after you get to the literal meaning, it says figuratively, exposure to death, i.e., an example, self-denial, by implication, an atonement of Hamashiach. You see? So, self-denial, those are the spiritual sacrifices. All right? You need the spiritual sacrifices in order to taste of the kingdom of heaven, man. You see? You must deny your flesh, deny yourself. Okay? That's how you get to heaven. All right? And I had to, that word atonement means at one, becoming one with the Lord too, man. Becoming one. You must become one. The way you become one is start to live out these scriptures. All right? Putting away the abominations. Stop eating, the shit the Lord tell you don't fucking eat. Stop eating that shit. Or not. Be destroyed. So be it. Alright, this Judges 5:11, and it reads, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing waters, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Alright, and the main point of that was they that are delivered from the noise of the archers. Alright, which that is going into the nuclear destruction of those ICBM nuclear missiles, man. That's going to hit this place, alright? That's going to hit America, Babylon the Great, contrary to popular belief, man. As you can see, prophecy is boiling to the top. It's almost over the brim. All right, it's almost over the brim. Okay, and they're speaking of nuclear war in the headlines. All right, it says in a place of drawing waters. All right, drawing waters is symbolic for servitude. Okay, we are in servitude right now, man. You see? It's talking about being delivered from America when those nuclear bombs hit. All right? It says, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. What are the righteous acts? Okay? These scriptures are a manuscript. All right? And let me grab that. I want to see what that word means. And I'm finna get out of here. I'm finna get out of here. But I just need to grab this. Let me see. No, ain't nothing too spectacular in here. Yeah, ain't nothing too spectacular. But nevertheless, this the blueprint. All right, the law, statutes, and commandments is the way. That's those righteous acts, man. It says to rehearse. All right, let me grab that. Cause Jay think we perfect. All right. People think we just walking and we walking perfect. All right. Right. It goes into being to practice, man. That's basically what it means to practice. Okay? Repetition. Yeah, it literally goes into practice. All right? But nevertheless, that's what we doing. We practicing. That don't mean we gonna get it perfect the first time. That don't mean, we gonna get it perfect the second time, but we keep trying until we get it perfect, man. All right? Until the end. We trying until the end. We trying to walk as perfectly as possible until the end. You see? That we may be saved and delivered from the noise of the archers. All right, this is the last precept. And this is the last point I wanted to attack. This is Sirach chapter 12:1, and it reads, when thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come from him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. You see? So you have people that believe just because they feed the homeless, and a lot of these different rappers and actresses, they love to go back and give to the community, right? To try to atone for their sins, okay? And I brought this out because, like I said, the little guy, he made a comment and said, it takes more than just being a good person, and he was absolutely right. A good person think that you're supposed to give to the poor, all right? And you do what you want with your money. Nobody telling you, what to do, what not to do, all right? But the scripture's telling you, all right, know who you do good to, You see? That's not counted for good. That you gave a crackhead $1 when you came out the fucking gas station, man. He ain't gonna do nothing but buy crack with it. And I'm just being serious. I'm being honest, man. You know? I used to be a guy who used to just give out, my last and shit to, and it was out the kindness of my heart. And a brother seen me do that and he brought the scripture out. You see? Because Jake used to feel plagued in the heart when you walk past a man and he asks you for $1. But nah, man. Do good to the brotherhood. Do good to those that serve the Lord. You see? I'll read 2 more verses and that's it. Verse 5, it reads, do well to him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. And what make them ungodly? They don't rehearse the righteous acts, man. They don't believe, all right? They don't practice following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities. It says, hold back thy bread and give not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good that thou shalt have done unto him. For the Most High hated sinners, and will repay vengeance to the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good, and help not the sinner. He reiterated again. Don't give to the sinner, man. Give to the ones, all right, that believe on Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, through the Ruach HaKodesh, man. Bottom line. Okay? So, Lord willing, the point has been made. I appreciate the Lord putting that question on that little guy's heart, all right, to ask me, because that's a big thing, Hey, spiritual rewards require spiritual sacrifices. All right, so think about that next time you're giving in, all right, to your pleasures or things that are holding you back into the inner spirit, man. All right, so before I get out of here, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to those who elect. Shalom and the Bible Ball.